Well, free practice one and free practice two are done now. Well, George Russell top both sessions at the moment. Um, it was a pretty weird one, and I must say that if George keeps that up, I think he's a serious contender for pole tomorrow and maybe a win. I mean, his race pace and it wasn't that bad actually. It was pretty good. Um, but actually Red Bull had a better pace that uh, that the Mercedes, so that should be an interesting one. Um, well, let me just get the statistics here. Um, all right, here we go. Well, let's go first for fixture. Let's go first to free practice one, which was well the one that was first. Well, first of all, first impression of the circuit. I think it was cool. I think it was great. I mean, I like that the driver have actually a challenge to get through many cars. Um, uh, yeah, the fact that they have to like fight for something, I think, to get a space and considering how it was today, I think qualifying should be a pretty random one. I'm sure it's going to be a crash. So maybe we could see an expected pole sitter. Maybe we could see Russell, Bottas, Verstappen, and maybe not even a Mercedes or a Red Bull, maybe Ferrari. We don't know, but that's highly probable. Maybe a racing point. Why not? If uh, the car, if false crashes happen, because I'm pretty sure it's going to. So well, we got here the first practice session. Let's go first by driver George Russell. Well, he had a fantastic session. And I mean, considering his first, well, it was his first time with the car on practice one. He said 54.5. He completed 49 laps. It's a pretty decent lap, and that's a quality lap. So on race pace is about to be 58. So that's a very short lap. Verstappen second on free practice one, 54.7. Uh, 0.17 behind George. He did 29 laps. Verstappen complained a lot today about the lack of grips, and he didn't understand at all how much he was. He didn't really understand it, and he was complaining about grip, speed in general, and I think many drivers actually complain about it. The new lack of speed actually in the circuit, and especially on the new part, of the circuit. Third Albon, who completed this first session, 54.8, 2.6, 0.26 behind Russell, 18 laps, 10. Pretty solid one. Well, it's only free practice, but if he wants to keep his, well, obviously he's still a Red Bull. He gotta prove it when it matters in qualifying in the race. Valtteri Bottas is 54.8. Bottas on the spotlight, no. Um, because considering free practice one and two, he did a lot of mistakes, and that's not good. And considering, well, and I think this applies a lot for the pressure that he's feeling. That if he doesn't beat Russell this weekend, it will left him in a very highly unlikable scenario for him, because that will, I mean, part of the media is gonna wrap him up, and everyone's going to go after his head, and mentally he will not be the same, I think. And he will have to like sit down and analyze what went wrong with him. No, he's gonna have a tough lead tonight, and I think that's true. And when we got Viat, Gasly, Ocon, Vettel, Ferrari actually started the session good. He started the first session pretty nice. Um, nine Ricciardo and 10 Leclerc, and as I told you, free practice session one was a good one for Ferrari. Stroll, Perez, Racing Point started bad. They didn't find the pace on free practice one, but I mean, I think that's a bit normal for Racing Point to be down the pace on the first session. Sainz, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Norris. Well, both McLarens had a horrible had a horrible first free practice. Alpha more or less good. I mean, they will be in Q2 at the moment. Well, considering the first practice timesheets, William Magnussen, Latifi, Fittipaldi, and Aiken, both rookies on the grid, uh, occupy last, um, second to last and last place. I think very understandable. Fittipaldi needs to adapt to the car as well as Aitken. So considering the circumstances, it isn't as bad. Um, and well, now we go to free practice two. There was well changes I would think. Obviously, with the night the track improved, the times went a bit down. The first we know now, Josh Russell 54.7, the same as his free practice one, 48 laps. Second Verstappen 54.8, the cap of 0.128, 43 laps. Um, Verstappen is showing the same pace, and this is the session when he complained about the speed that he had and about the car. Third, Perez, and as I told you, Racing Point always this season has always been not that good on first practice. Um, 54.8 for Perez, 54.866. That's the time, and the difference is 0.15 and 52 laps completed for Perez. Esteban Ocon, Renault looking strong, looking sharp. Again, free practice session two is where more or less the pace of the cars are settled for this Grand Prix. Good job by Ocon putting the car forward with a 54.9. Albon P5 55.0 and 42 laps completed. Good stuff by Albon. Two solid first sessions with him. Sixth Kvyat, well, let's see, he finished fifth on the first practice, sixth in the second, so a pretty solid one for him. 7th Stroll, 8 Ricciardo, 9 Gasly, 10 Sainz. McLaren still a bit down. We can see Bottas, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Latifi, Vettel. Latifi high, Magnussen as well high, both Alphas high. So Alpha at the moment showed today a pretty decent pace, and that's surprising. So they seem that this kind of track suits them a lot. As well a good one for Latifi, putting the B15. Let's see if he can make a Q2 appearance. The first time of this season, I think. And 16 Vettel. Well, Sebastian Vettel had a lot of promise today. He had, if I'm not wrong, two spins and a lot of go out of the track. So that Ferrari was not good. She had a lot of issues and a lot of traffic, and the lack of grip on the car is simply not good. Lando Norris on 17. Yeah, McLaren. Well, Norris hit problems early. Remember, he got damage to the floor in exiting turn, because it's turn 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exiting turn 10, if I'm not wrong, turn 10 or 11, up to the penultimate straight. And then remember, he mounted the curve and got damage to the floor, and well, that was pretty much his session over. He went back again, but the car felt bad. Pietro Fittipaldi, well, he improved. He did a 57 on free practice one. Now he's at a 56.1. I think it's a good improvement for him. Again, um, ahead of Aitken, who also went down after 57 with a 56.2. Jack doing a really good job. He's really gaining confidence on the Williams, and then we call Leclerc, whose car broke down, like just when his session started. He said two warm-up laps, and then the car decided to work with a drive shot or a hand shot, whatever you wanna call it. It was a drive problem, and well, they couldn't pull him out. Again, he couldn't continue, but Ferrari having trouble with parts of the car. I mean, but overall, seeing this, Russell has a pretty good pace. He has showed today, and if he can take that to break that to practice three and qualifying, I think he should be a contender. Um, Red Bull has a good chance. The pace is there. He's 1/10 of George on both sessions. But yeah, I mean, considering that he's complaining about the car, let's hope that they can fix tomorrow, so they can find a solution tomorrow for the issue that Verstappen complained. Racing Point should be an interesting one for Racing Point, especially for Perez. They had the pace on the last week, the same circuit, and they seem to have the pace here as well. So, I mean, there's no Hamilton, but it's Russell, and it seems like Russell is taking part, is pretty much covering Hamilton, Hamilton hole pretty good. He topped the two first time sheets on his first time on his first day with the car. So I think that's a pretty good one. But yeah, maybe Perez fighting for a win, for a podium. I don't think a win is not in the cards for Racing Point. It will be too crazy to think it. Renault, I think Renault is there as well to fight a podium with Racing Point. I think they are there. Well, another one that has been shown a pretty good pace, also Tory. I mean, they can easily snatch a top five if they get it together in qualifying and in the race. Um, well, McLaren is in a hole at the moment. Sainz P10, so there should be struggles to get to P to Q3. It seemed like we didn't see the pace of Norris that much, but what we saw in first practice, it isn't good for McLaren. Um, well, Bottas. Well, let's put Russell and Bottas apart. Bottas need to keep his head together. He's not good. He did not do good today. A lot of mistakes. Five deleted lap times, four block ups, and I think two, three or four trips outside the track. So that's not good for him. He's feeling the pressure. He's making a lot of mistakes, and as I said, it's not going to be an easy night for him. So he needs to rest and keep his head down. So and yeah, try to do a good two good sessions tomorrow and set a standard for the race that is points are given to Sunday. So Valtteri has 2 days to get it together and put his mind where he should be and pull out all the pressure that he could feel. Both Alfa Romeo, they're looking strong. As I said, they are looking pretty good. I mean, 12 and 13 on the second practice is kind of rush them, so they should be quick and they could be quick on qualifying. They maybe could get both cars out of Q2, out of Q1, sorry, into Q2. Well, I don't know Q3, but it will be too hard to make that actually. And Haas is pretty much where last time on the last weekend, but the normal circuit of Bahrain. Obviously, Magnussen is going to be the leader here. He's going to take the big points. Yeah, well, he's going to take the mass of the car. Pietro is a rookie, so you cannot ask him that much. And considering how fast, how the Haas car is, yeah, you cannot ask Pietro more for it. Um, Ferrari, Ferrari, Ferrari didn't look that bad on the first practice, but it seemed that as the time passed, the car completely went off. The traffic was another factor, and Sebastian was not comfortable with the car, and I think that was clear, especially in new sector. Um, he doesn't seem to find the exact point of a Ferrari on the new sector, and they need to find answers during the night. They need to find answers. They need to see what went wrong. They need to see how the car behaved, how the what was the strike problem with the car, what was causing the steps spin the car so much time. Because I mean, yeah, step is well now recent years known for a lot of spins, but Vettel actually complained about the grip design. Last time he didn't complete. Well, other times he didn't majorly complain about grip. He accepted his mistake, but he did not complete complained about the pace and the grip of the car, so they need to check it. And well, they only had one car today at the session, so let's see what they can do with Leclerc tomorrow. They need to get as much data as possible in F3 for Charles, which is not gonna be easy considering how much cars are on the grid. And yeah, Williams, well, I mean, with Russell, they are not another with and without Russell, they are completely different. With Russell, they can Q2. Without Russell, we don't know. We don't know if Latifi can take the 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 leading role. this weekend for Williams, and maybe into Abu Dhabi, because let's remember that Wolf said that there's a possibility that Lewis Hamilton cannot race in Abu Dhabi because his COVID situation got a bit worse during the night. Well, let's hope for a speedy recovery for Lewis, and let's hope he can be on the final race. But in case that he cannot, well, George, I mean, it could be George again in Abu Dhabi for them. And yeah, and Latifi could remain the leading teammate there, and Aitken could take again the seat of George in Abu Dhabi in case that Hamilton cannot take it. So yeah, overall, I like the track. I mean, I like the randomness. I like the way that it's too short, and well, as I said at the beginning of the video, that they had to fight to get through, and a random qualifying and broken lap time should be a very interesting one, given the key moments, and we should see some touches. We should see some actually some issues. I will say complaints and touches and contacts, and yeah, and a crash we could hope for. We could it could be predictable a crash actually. So yeah, it will be an interesting one. Today was interesting, and let's see what brings tomorrow. Well, hope you like it. Leave a like if you like the video, and subscribe for more content like this. And well, I'm out. See you next time.